What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Anthony and this is Watch With Me. Today we're going to be getting into 5 things I wish I knew before I started collecting watches. Let's get into it. Alright, starting in at number 5, do research. And when you think you've done enough research, do more research before you make your first purchase. Whether that's going on watch forums. I think the Rolex forums is unbelievable. It's not just on Rolex, it's on multiple brands. Panaristi, there's numerous forums out there now. Forums are kind of dying out, so a lot of people are using actually Facebook groups. Those are great. YouTube, brand websites, and if you're fortunate enough to be in an area where there are standalone boutiques, go in and ask questions, try on the watches, but do research. Learning more so not just about the watch but about the brand adds value, adds an appreciation, and I think I can't emphasize it enough to do research before you make your first purchase. So number 4 for me was kind of a short period of my collecting, but I used to really only collect in-house made movements. That was very important to me at the time. And as I started to refine my collection and understand more about watches and the history, I realized more and more how not important in-house movements are. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that really just means that particular brand is producing and manufacturing their own movement. Now, I might get some flack for this, but in my opinion, I think ETA movements and value movements are completely underrated, especially certain companies are completely modifying these movements, disassembling them, adding parts to it, decorating that, sending them off so they can be a certified chronometer. So a ton of work is going into regular ETA and value and Salida movements, and I think they tend to get overlooked because people hear in-house is the way to go. And in my opinion, I think that shouldn't be a factor in why you're purchasing a watch. It can be one of the reasons why you like the watch, but don't make it a top priority. At least that's something I wish that I knew before collecting. All right, number 3, this is a really important one, and I did struggle a bit where to place it on my list, but by quality over quantity. And when I first started collecting, I must have had at least 25 watches ranging from $50 to $500. I can honestly say not one of those watches do I still have in my collection, not because of the price point, but because it was more important to me to accumulate this large collection rather than having 1 or 2 really solid pieces. And by solid, I mean in my collection now I have pieces that are $300 or $400, but there's quality, there's history. So really don't focus on accumulating this large collection right off the bat. Really focus in on quality, the condition of the watch, the history, the provenance. Those are the important things to collecting. So number 3, quality over quantity. All right, number 2, don't fall victim into the hype, especially for Instagram. Don't, right now the big thing is Rolex, Patek, Audemars, steel models, Nautilus, Aquanaut, Daytonas, things like that, Royal Oaks, and they're selling for quite the premium right now. In the secondary market, some of these pieces going for almost double their value. Now, if you like these watches, that's fine. But ask yourself this: did you want this watch before it became rare and sought after? Honestly, I can say for myself, I struggle with this a bit, especially because of social media. You throw something up on Instagram, you want to get a few of those likes, but don't worry about what everyone else thinks. Buy what you like, and if you can justify spending double on the secondary market for a timepiece because you like it or you love it, that's fine. But really try to understand why you want this piece, and if it's because you fell in love with the watch and you really enjoy it and the design aspect and the history of it, that's fine. But don't want it because it's rare and no one else can get it right now. So number 2, don't fall victim to the hype. All right, number 1, And this kind of piggybacks off number 2 a bit, but it's buy what you like, not what they like. So, you know, a lot of times there's these watches that I've liked in the past, but no one collects it. You know, for instance, a Girard Perregaux vintage 1966 chronograph. It's a 2-register chronograph. It's an absolutely stunning piece. It's very reminiscent of a Patek Philippe 5070. And this watch, I believe, retails around $35,000, maybe $40,000, brand new, solid gold piece. You can pick this watch up for $10,000. $10,000. It's an absolutely stunning piece. It looks beautiful on the wrist. Why does no one collect it? Because maybe, you know, Girard Perregaux, obviously not one of the #1 brands that people are talking about, but there is so much value out there, especially on the pre-owned market, for a lot of these brands that are making amazing timepieces, but because they're not, you know, what everyone else is collecting, you know, you might not look at it. But forget all that. Don't buy what everyone else likes. Buy what you like, and open yourself up to that. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't, but go look at other brands. Go look at the things that no one's talking about. And I think, you know, you can end up with an amazing timepiece at a tremendous value. So that being said, those are my 5 things I wish I knew before I started collecting. If I would have known even 2 or 3 of those, it could have saved me a lot of time, a lot of money. And I think my collection would probably be better off than where it's at now. I mean, the pieces that I've bought and sold right away are insane. You know, pieces that just didn't sing to me. You know, the Patek Philippe 5711, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, the Panda, a solid gold Breitling Transocean Unitime. The list goes on and on. So that's my 5. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I think this kind of episode opens up a lot of questions. I will answer every single question left. If you like this video, please give it a like. As I said before, I'm going to try and upload at least twice a week. But yeah, this is completely for fun. I've been enjoying it. I hope you've been enjoying it. And until next time, take it easy, guys.